You was goody.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Beats
You
by Lonze back in the building,
Khalif
and
wins
we
back in the
got
building.
Khalif Wins back with us in another edition. And we're gonna talk about a couple topics today, but really, we're gonna get into the toxic MPC community. And I'm in a mood this morning. Like, yeah, I'm really all about. If you coming at me with some negative shit, I'm right with the shits to tell you to kick rocks with no socks, bro. I'm really in that mood, but I'm trying to stay back into my positivity bag to where I don't feel any kind of way about stuff. So I'm trying not to internalize it. I'm trying not to internalize it, but let me give y'all a quick little thing, right? Typically, a day to day situation for myself. Oh, I kicked myself off the screen, but I know it's probably still recording.
Nah, you on the
Uh,
screen. Go ahead.
the way I typically rock, right? I try to find solutions for stuff, right? People, if I find that there's, somebody saying that there's something that can't be done, I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen that before. So let me go to where I think I've seen it so I can kind of prove, that, there's a solution for it or a workaround. So a lot of the time on my channels, you'll see videos where I'll say, "Hey, I saw on somebody else's channel that somebody produced a video saying that this does not exist. Why did they take it away?" And I'm like, "No, I just saw that. So let me go see it. Let me see if they really indeed took something away." And then when I verify it and see and bring it from my understanding of how things work, then I kind of bring the videos to the channel or whatever. So that's kind of what you'll see on my channel. My channel is really about helping people, trying to come to a solution, trying to make sure that we all get to making the music the way we want to make music. Now, you know that there's a thousand different ways. My mom always used to say there's a million ways to skin a cat. I know some of y'all love animals and cats, and y'all don't want to hear people say anything about skinning cats or doing anything
That's an old saying.
derogatory to a cat.
That's an
But
old
yeah,
saying.
there's many ways to skin a cat. So same thing with NPC and making music and using dolls. There's millions of ways to do things, and everybody may not make music and do music the same way, produce music the same way that you do. So keep an open mind with that. And that's what I have to always keep an open mind with as well, is that everybody don't rock the way that I rock. However, I like to get to the most common sense, keep it simple, stupid. That's a KISS acronym. That's a
Acronym.
KISS acronym that we
Yeah.
learn in the military, and that's one of the things I try to do is keep it simple and not try to dig into the weeds and keep it too complex. But anyway, thank y'all for joining the show. We like to get together every couple weeks and kind of just kick it with y'all. So that's what it is. We got Lone Lion in the building. He says facts. But yeah, so that's what it is, man. That's my channel. My channel ain't like everybody else's channel. I don't do what everybody else do. I don't think the way everybody else think. I work the way that I work. And if I think that there is something that's, a solution based way of doing things, or a quick way, or a better way, or a more simplistic way of doing things that I found, I try to share that out there to the world. So yeah, if you don't make the beats the way that I do, I ain't no skin off my teeth, and that monkey don't stop this show. So that's just what it is. That's all I got on that. That's my rant for the day.
That's your rant for today?
That's my rant for the
All
day.
right, let's go. What's going on, everybody? This is Khalif Wins. Thank you, Beats by Lonze, for putting in your channel. It's real simple. It's all about, at the end of the day, we are producers and we love one of these. One of these. We love one of these. We just, our producers are just saying, you know what? We work with these machines any different way we want. We have a workflow. Everybody has a common workflow, and everybody has individual goals. Whether you have the MPC 4000, MPC 2000 XL, the MPC 2000, the MPC 60, the old legacy MPCs, the new MPCs, MPC Live, MPC X, the goal is, am I having fun? What are my personal goals? And how do I work with a community of people to help me reach my personal goals? We love this machine. We're here to advocate for this machine, and advocate to surround ourselves with a community of people who are saying, you know what, let's come together and learn more. And I'm going to give you an example of how this video came about. I posted a quote. Oh, let me not drop this. I posted a question, and thank you for the NPC one sponsored by Beast Online. So you know the vibes, you know what I'm saying? But I posted a question to multiple groups, and I asked them. I said, what changes can you suggest that we can improve the NPC user community so that we can all network and collaborate musically more like the SB404 communities, the Ableton and Bandland communities? What can we currently do? So I posted that. Here are the responses I saw. You can pull it up on stage, Lonze, right quick. Tell me when you're ready. All right, one of them says, too many think that their opinion is the be-all to end-all, as demonstrated at the top here, saying that there isn't a solution. That's not what I said. I said, what are the solutions moving forward? He says, to have a friendly community, you have to curate one, and public groups don't allow that unless you have nothing better to do than moderate the members of the group. Here's where I interject. I don't agree with that. Any community where people come onto it, if you're into cooking, for anybody that's part of cooking groups, other people who are home cooks or probably professional chefs are in a location and they're sharing details to get better at cooking. I don't understand when it comes to NPC community, it becomes like, and pardon me, Lonze, I'm trying to be very careful as possible. It becomes the who has the biggest pipe contest, pause, in NPC community. And that's a factor of toxicity I don't like about our communities. I'll give you another example. There are communities of people that are SB44 communities. It's like, oh, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? Hey, check out my project. And it's a community to help people grow. BandLab, an app that Lonze has been telling me, yo, you got to get on BandLab, get on BandLab. I personally, from a production standpoint, it's not attractive to me, the app itself. But the community, the networking, the opportunities for sync licenses within that community helps that community grow. Now, I'm responding to the comment that he has right here that you see on the screen. He says, to have a friendly community, you have to curate one, and public groups don't allow that unless you have nothing better to do to moderate. I disagree with that. Public groups, whether it's cooking, allow a growth community. Public groups like the FL Studio communities, they share tips and secrets, whether it comes to compression, whether it comes to, hey, how do you do that? Logic Pro groups, they do have that type of growing community that you can curate. These communities are curated. So this nonsensical to think that people can't come together to do something. He also stated people are also very sensitive to any kind of criticism. So combining the two behind a keyboard is just a corrosive substance waiting to happen. I don't agree with that. Again, if you're in a community and you share information, you have a question and you want to grow, then people who are of that mind and say, you know what, let me help this person, they will comment. People of the negative mindsets are going to troll. That's anywhere in social media. I don't care if there's a Pokemon community. There's millions of Pokemon communities. There's millions of communities for people for clothing. There's toxic commenters and there's positive commenters. Let me follow off with this comment before you bring this off screen. He says people are too competitive at the bottom and only want to collaborate when it's if they're up, if ever. That is a fact, but that's those type of people. Lastly, he says, not to mention social media algorithms push content with conflict-based trigger words in the comments, so the echo chamber continues. He says, I think it's better to connect with the person before you connect. I don't agree with this statement because this is a limited mindset thinking that all internet is negative, that all things are an echo chamber. It isn't. Social media does push algorithms that have complex-based trigger words, but communities can grow. You can pull this off screen so I can get to the point. The reason we're here today, and what's up, Beats by Walker? Most social media producers will tell you that they are doing it the wrong way if you're not doing it their way. FL and Ableton, they got a big toxic community too. I'm not aware of that, but thank you for putting me on. And Walker brings up the great point. There's two types of people that comment on any post if you're part of any community. I run multiple music production groups. I'm only known for one, but I run multiple groups. And I tell people off the top and tell people weekly, this is a positive community. I'm here to encourage comments, and that's that. One of my groups is completely dead. Like, I'll give you an example. They don't post. Lonze, I like this look right here, what we're doing right here, right now, sidebar. One of them is just dead. I do most of the posting. And I tell them, hey, we're here to have an encouraging community. But if producers don't want to post, they don't want to post. You can't force people to post what you want them to post. But like life, in high school, my daughter's about to go to junior high school, and I'm using this for an example. And I tell her, watch the circles of friends you develop, and here's how you know what's a good circle and community to be a part of and what's a negative part of a community. And we'll bring this to the MPC community. There's a huge toxic MPC section of the community? Yes. Is there a huge progressive section of the MPC community? Yes. And using the example of my daughter's junior high school in terms of circles that she can be part of, I always say, is the circle you part of, do they gossip a lot and talk about other people? That's the wrong community to be a part of. I've also told her, is there a part of the community that you're looking forward to? If there's a bunch of boys saying negative things about women, that's a negative community to be a part of. If you're around a whole bunch of other girls and then the girls are creating problems, then you are going to get jammed up by association. So I put that same mindset when it comes to NPC communities as a whole. It's not a lost cause. All NPC producers are not toxic. That's ridiculous. But for all of us NPC producers or producers who utilize an NPC, only feed the energy of that aligns with your goals. One person in the comments said, "Oh, in these groups, there's like 55,000 people in this group. There's OGs and newbies here. So there are people of different ranges." Another great positive comment, somebody says, "You know what? If NPC group was separated by device, then people can talk about that specific device. Some people are legacy people and some people are new software people. And now the new section of the community, some people are 3.0 producers and some people are 2.0 producers." Again, the goal of any community is where like-minded people come together to talk about what they love. And here's the kicker, here's the positive point. A positive community, whether it's cooking, whether it's dancing, whether it's DJing, because I'm a DJ and I run multiple DJ groups myself. Positive DJ communities are those where people say, "Hey, you know what? I can't do this gig. If anybody's in the Philadelphia area, please put in the comments so I can refer you to clients." That is a positive community of money making. Other positive traits that the NPC community can implement that I've learned from running my DJ groups, DJs would be like, "Yo, what's some good advice on some things to purchase and tell me how it helped you on this gig?" And people will they'll share videos in the comment. "This is how this works. Here are the problems. This is what happens when you're live in a gig with people when it comes to this mixer. This is how the speakers are set up before you go to their gig." That is a good example that I wish NPC producers can bring to these communities, where it's like, "You know what? I just bought an NPC one. I don't know how to use it." Somebody puts in a comment, "Great. What do you need help with?" Share a quick video of some tips and advice. But the counterproductive, read the manual heads, or then listen, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing nice at all. Real talk. Because to be honest with you, and I told this to Alonzi all the time, I wish that NPC communities met up more in person, and I think that is the stronger caveat of the SP44 community. SP44 producers, they love to link up. I went to an event in New York about 3 months ago, and it was a whole bunch of SP44 producers. No, excuse me, SP producers. They were using the SP555, which hasn't been sold in 10 years. They discontinued it. They used the SP44, the SP44A, the SP44SX, and the SP44 MK2. And they were going up playing their beats one after the other. But every time they were on stage, all the different models of SP producers, it was a whole room full of producers, were like jamming. It was like, "Oh, that's dope." When that producer came off stage, he sat while the other person was setting up. And he was like, "Yo, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? How'd you get your compression? How did you flip that? Oh, I like the way you flipped that." That's a healthy community. And that's a great solution for NPC communities, because the SP44 producers are proven no matter which model you have, a model that hasn't been sold in 10 years because it's discontinued, a model that they don't even work with anymore, or the newer models, people are coming together to share skills, share goals, and then share tips so they can be better at what they do. And I think that section, which is a large section of the NPC community that is toxic, they have to make a decision within themselves. And here's that decision, in my opinion. Number one, if you see somebody that needs help with something, and if you're not there to help them, please, by all means, STFU. Just don't comment. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Second thing, for people that are within those toxic climates, if you're in a group, an NPC group, and every time you post something to find a tip or even to share a tip, and you're met with like comments of discouragement, comments of people just trying to crack jokes, that is not the group to be in. I don't care if it got 100,000 members and it was 100,000 members. If the group doesn't help you move further, then it's a waste of time. Also,
Amen.
And I'll say this from running multiple DJ groups and multiple Facebook groups, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. If you are not adding to a group and you're just asking, then that's not being a productive member at all. You have to add to something. That's like, let's listen, we black, me and Lonze, we black, and black folks have this saying, Don't come to the cookout without bringing something. You know what I'm saying? Just don't come to the cookout without bringing something. Don't come to the cookout at all. So, yes, there are a lot of toxic people in the MPC group, but there's a lot. Yo, what's up, Linda's son? Yeah, there's a lot of great people that are doing things. Let's use Linda's son for example. Linda's son is a producer who has a YouTube channel, uses different drum machines, primarily certain drum machines, but he has a channel, he has a following, right? He has built that. He's part of particular groups. But Linda's son posts and builds his brand because that is his individual producer's goals. Lonze has a YouTube channel, has multiple beat tapes out, on Beats by Lonze on Bandcamp. Just search it up. He has different goals, but they are producers. When Lonze does a live stream, Linda's son pops up. Civil Days Music, go follow his subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's another MPC producer. He follows up. Blatantly Network, he's an MPC producer. He's followed up. Like-minded producers collabing to improve each other through our relationship. That is a thriving, positive community. For the toxic people, I'm going to repeat. What is your purpose being in these groups if you're only here to hate? Number two, you never know who you insult because the producer that you insult might be the person in the studio that might have an opportunity to help you sell your beat to change your life. Watch who you insult. It's the second thing I'm going to say. Third thing I'm going to say, producers, stop burning your bridges. It sounds like the second one, but it's different. If you burn your bridges online, you can be at a music seminar. Let's say you're at NAMM and you're popping. And then somebody's like, yo, I remember you from like 2 years ago. He's like, what are you talking about? They'll go to Facebook, they'll click in the group, they'll type your name in the search engine, and you can see the comments. You can see the post. And they'd be like, remember when I asked for help? Yeah, we good. Saying you can get out of this Akai booth. You gotta really watch who you're insulting on the internet because it can have real life business repercussions. Here's the fourth thing I'll say to toxic MPC producers. Listen, at the end of the day, I'll say this when it comes to the internet, you never know who's watching. You just never know who's watching. And then if the hobbyist is saying, well, that sounds like the first two things. No, there's 3 tiers. Number 1, watch who you insult. Number 2, the insult can mess up business opportunities. Number 3, you never know who's watching. I'm telling you right now, you never know if somebody's in your town. This can have a physical ramification from you discouraging somebody. And number 4, most importantly, because I started to help moderate another artist. I'm a social media strategist. I'm taking over all his social media pages next week. And something happened in his community, which is a big, big community, primarily of white women ages 40 to 60 for like 80s pop groups. And he posted something, right, about somebody that had something happen. Somebody in that group basically took their own life due to bullying on the internet. And he stood up to defend that person, and the toxicity of that group came at him. Oh my God, she was this and she was that. And they were dissing the young lady. Online bullying is a real thing, and people are going through real life issues. So if you're an MPC troll and you're a toxic MPC producer, understand that you could cause mental health harm by discouraging a producer to the point where that said producer might get so discouraged, but that producer might hurt himself. Stop the bullying. Now, some producers are like, oh my God, people are weak. Bro, I was a mental health professional for 7 years of my career. 7 years I work with social services in a mental health care management capacity. I'm telling you, this online harassment is a real deal. Online harassment is a real deal. MPC community people who are trolling, I'm telling you right now, stop the bullying. Because there are people who might take that information because they're in a particular bad place in life and they might hurt themselves. Stop being a bully. Smooth Art Design said, yep, I always remember low vibrational pros. Listen, Smooth Art, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a petty Virgo. Everybody who's insulting me, whether it's Facebook, Discord, or Twitter, I have a folder saved in my iPhone and I have them say, I have a mental shit list. Sorry, Donze. I have a mental crap list of producers and or people who diss me. Here's something interesting. You know what I found out during the pandemic? True story. I found in 2 groups, two groups, an MPC group, I'm not going to give them names, and an Ensoniq ASR X group. I have screenshots, and I got to look for them in my iCloud, of racist producers who produce black hip hop music. During the pandemic, I screenshotted them all. Listen, everybody, you never know who's watching your post. Me and Lonzie are doing a live stream today. You never know. And I'm a big thinker. Lonzie, by this time next year, could be the lead product designer of Akai. Look at me speaking up, manifesting that. I could be the head of content for Native Instruments by this time next year. You never know who you're insulting. Smooth Art can probably have a freaking viral single on TikTok in 2 months. You never know who you're insulting at all. Linda Sun says, you're speaking all facts, and I just don't understand why MPC groups are like this. It is a different vibe with other groups, communities like SP404, yes, and the EP133KL2. It's unfortunate. But here's the thing, Linda Sun. Like they always say when we were kids, your reputation precedes you. And like I tell this to my 9-year-old daughter right now, my 9-year-old daughter got a slick New York mouth. And we've been giving her punishments like cleaning the house, stuff like that. And we keep on telling her, stop insulting the kids in this grade. Because when you go to junior high school or even high school, the kids you insult today might be the plug you need to get you into another, like a volleyball or basketball team, or might be the connect that you need to help you get money in terms of DJing. Because my daughter's going to DJ and do video design and stuff like that. Watch who you insult in this grade, because when you get older, you're going to need that relationship. But here's what I'll say to Linda's son. He says, you're speaking all facts. I just don't understand why NPC groups are like this. Here's the thing, Linda's son, and I said this earlier. There are 5 types of people in these NPC groups. There are newbies saying, hey, I just got my NPC for the first time. I'm really glad to be part of this group, and I'm here to learn. That's one type. There's the second type. People in me and Lonze's age range, 40s and up and stuff like that. We are the people who started off with the floppy disk eras of NPCs. And we have newer NPCs, and we're here to learn from people in the group, and we're here to share the knowledge. It's the second type person. The third type person is the hobbyist. I love using it when I'm off of work, or I love using it when I'm retired. I have fun. I have no business aspirations. Then there's the fourth type of person in these NPC groups. Hey, I really get placements off of these beats. I'm here to get with a community of people. Maybe I might find a producer I can collab with, and we can make some money together. And then the fifth type of person in these NPC groups. The toxic person that hates where they're at in their production career so bad that they think that they can buy every drum machine off of Reverb and eBay, and they are trying to say, I got the biggest MPC in the room. I got the biggest pipe for the night. Pause. And you new guys are horrible. Those are what I call the old penguins from Happy Feet. If anybody remembers the Happy Feet movie, remember when Happy Feet was dancing and all them old penguins at the top? You can't do that. That's not what we do in this culture. That's not what we do. Again, those are people who are so miserable in their lives that they literally have no desire to see people have questions, to see people have great fun and curiosity, and they always want to act like they're better than somebody. But the problem within these groups is that the moderators and the other people within these groups are not checking that hater. They're not checking the hater at all. So I'm going to say this to Linda Sun and everybody else. If you're in a group and it has some great people, if you're in a group that has some great people and you want to network with based on your goals, I don't know why my screen is lagging, but whatever, we're going to move on. Based on your goals, find a group, go in these groups, find like-minded people, get on a chat, a WhatsApp chat, create your own situation. And mind you, I run 10 groups on Facebook. People probably don't know about 2. I run 10 groups on Facebook, 10. And I've seen this, whether it's DJ groups, whether it's artist groups, whether it's I run fan clubs, whether it's this. Jamie, I'm glad you brought that up. He said, he said it may be a generational thing too. All right, I agree partly, and I'll give clarity to the other part. I am 48 years old. I just turned 48 September 8th. Let's talk about generations. I am Gen X. I grew up on an MPC 2000 first, right? Floppy disk. I grew up when we went to recording studios in New York City. Some people use MPC 60s. Some people use ASR 10s. Some people use Cork Trident. Some people use the Motif in recording studios, right? Generationally, you're right, Jamie. There are people that are my age and older who are just mentally stuck. Oh, all right, Jamie, we're in the same range. They're mentally stuck and that this is the 90s. If it's not the 90s, it's whack. It's the island. It's not, all right, we in the same, we ranging up in here. You feel me? We in the same range up in here. You know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? Bring out the cross colors and major damage jeans. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Let me taking it back. But moving forward, there are people in our age groups, the older people, they are so miserable that they never made it in the 90s, or so miserable that nobody's checking for them old ass style beats. Now, again, you can make current boom bap with the 90s sound. You can make current fire hip hop with a lo-fi sound from the 90s, but your beats are trash, nigga. If you could, sorry, I'm about to go. I'm talking real New York right now. But bro, if you ain't get it popping with your style of beats back then, and hold on, here's the kicker, but you really tried and put in 5 years of work, most people ain't do it. All right, what's up, Bush? We in the same age, right? Generation X up in this yacht, you heard? Up in this yacht, you heard? But what you call it? Those people who are angry and hating at other MPC users, they are so miserable at where they're at in their production life that they have no decision but to hate on other people. Whereas there's other people like us right now. Thank you, Jamie. There's other people like us who are in our 40s and our 50s. I love it. Bro, look, the fact that the new NPCs, you got the SD card up in the joint, you feel me? I just plugged it. There's that. Plug this in, I'm gone. You know how I'm mad at the floppy disk days? You know how much I used to wish I had an SD card back then? You know I had to wish I had an SD card back then? Like, Lonzo just got a piece of rack kit. I was like, oh, I remember zip disk. Y'all remember zip disk? Remember that sound? Yeah. I hated bro, I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I only love using my MPC when I chopped elsewhere. I repeat, I hated chopping in the old MPC. I used to use N-Sonic this. I used to use tape deck this. I used to use the Gemini sample, get my quick chops, dump it into the MPC. I used to play live into the MPC and record that. Real talk. So at the end of the day, everybody decide what type of producer that you're going to be, because here's the future. Bring him here. This is the future. We have to set the example. Come here, bring him here. Come here. But he's going to kick this over. Bring him here. Thank you. This is the future that we're creating. Hold on, let's go. Here's the future.
I'll add to that too.
I want it to be when he gets to a particular age, when he has the resources and tools to use the wisdom from our generation to other generations to be the best MPC or whatever type of producer he wants to be. He's trying to grab this mic. But what I'm saying is, if we're not adding to the MPC community, we're subtracting, but we have to build a legacy for our kids. Our kids, when this comes to his time, when it comes to his time to use this, he has to study what we did in the past. But let me hand the kid over before he snatches the mic. I love you, son. And I'm out.
Absolutely.
But go ahead, Lon.
And I'll add to that. I'll add to that. We've had multiple conversations about the types of people that reside in these rooms, and we just want to offer to the community a bright light. You know, we know what type of people exist, and we know what we're here to do. So you take what you can out of the groups, and then the ones that don't apply, you gotta let it fly. That's what I've had to learn, that if it don't matter, then you just let it fly, and you keep rocking with the ones that you are there to help. But like we said, there is a actual group of people who are on the social medias just to troll, and so you just look out for those people that's out there that's trying to troll, and you keep on doing what you got to do. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments, for everybody that's joined in. Thank you for everybody that's here, that's live right now. Please hit the likes on this freaking live. If you haven't liked, comment, and subscribe to the channel, please do that. There's a lot of videos and a lot of information that I want to offer to the community that's going to be more positive, more how you can have a solution to get to the end. And so that's what the channel is about. So if that's you and you want to be around people that are pushing that initiative and that agenda, then join the community over at the Beats by Lonze, MPC Guru community, and the Drum Machine Specialist community. So yeah, shout out Jamie Rice.
I'm about to do the same thing. Shout out Man Spins. Shout out Smooth Art Designs. Shout out Jamie Rice. Shout out Butch. Shout out Linda's son. Shout out Wooga. Shout out Lone Lion. That's a fire name. You sound like a P-star. That's a fire name though. I like the name, but go ahead.
The Lone Lion. He's the only lion out there by himself. The Lone Lion.
But lionesses, you feel me?
There was one more other thing I was going to say. Um, Smooth Art Design said, I see the haters in many groups, but I gravitate to the members who are actually posting more than just comments. The haters never post their work or helpful tips. That's facts. That's 1,000% correct. The haters, I always let me tell you something. There's one thing that I always do when somebody leaves a negative comment on my page. I
Say
always
it.
do
No, say
this.
it. Say it. Say it. Say it. It's bad funny. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I always go to their page and see what work they have. I want to see how many videos they got on their page. I want to see how many subscribers they got on their page. I want to see what MPC you actually use, because if you're criticizing somebody that uses an MPC or any type of drum machine and is out there in the community giving information, then you're criticizing that person, but you don't have any videos on your page, you are absolutely in the freaking wrong. You got too much time on your hands to not be putting in work. And so
Linda,
that's what I tell my drum machine specialists: get to work.
the Linda son says they never have anything. Yo, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I love my 470 subscribers on YouTube. I love them, and I always tell people, I don't care if you have 100 subscribers. Have you ever talked to a room full of 100 people? And mind you, pardon me for putting on my social media hat. All
Shout out
producers watching
Megaspins.
this, all producers that are watching this, NPC producers in my age. I'm a social media strategist. This is not plug time. I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all got
Yes,
a
it
hundred,
is.
if y'all got 100 fans or 100 people that mess with you in your community, if those 100 people over the course of 12 months spend $200 with you, which is like $10 or $15 a month, that's money that you can have stored up for the new equipment that you want to buy. Let me say that again. All producers really start taking notice at the power that you have within your own individual community. So if you're in a toxic NPC community, like Jamie said before, you gravitate to the people that are on your mindset and moving forward. But Beast by Lonze, please subscribe to his YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, Kyle Leaf Wins NYC. You can subscribe there as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, from a social media strategist standpoint, if you burn a bridge by being toxic, you're going to mess up your bag. I repeat, if the toxic NPC people keep on dissing people online, you will burn a bridge that will mess up your bag in the future. You want to be an aspiring producer? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something from being born and raised and who produced in New York. You're going to be in a studio and there's going to be other producers there. And people never forget. Listen, musicians, we are some of the most pettiest people on planet Earth. And we remember. We got elephant memories when it comes to people who violate. Am I right or wrong in the comments? Right or wrong in the comments? You understand what I'm saying? Linda's son knows the people that hated on him online for sure. Jamie knows the people that hated on him online. Megaspins knows the people that hated him. And Butch knows. Smooth Art knows. Everybody that's watching this knows. And we remember. Toxic NPC group members, understand who you violate today, it's going to bite you in your pockets tomorrow. That's a fact. That's a super fact. Bro, I'm a petty Virgo. I got screenshots of every hater. Mind you, I run probably 10 to 15 Facebook groups. 10 to 15. And being a social media strategist, we are taught to study analytics. We are taught to study trends. And we're taught to study, and not to get too deep, the personality structure of particular people and what they post, why they post, and what's the origin of what they're going to post in the future. The origin of their intent. So let me give an example to everybody here from a social media strategist standpoint. If you are a producer and you love your type of beats, and I'll be honest with you, I don't care if your desire is to create video game beats from the 80s. I don't care what it is. You mean to tell me you can't find a million video game producers? A million video game companies that can buy your product? It only takes one beat to change all of our lives. One of the beats on Beats by Lonze's beat tape, everybody go to Bandcamp, Beats by Lonze, he has like 8+ beat tapes up. One of his beats could be the next viral hit. Linda's son has some fire videos. There was at least 10 beats I've heard on his YouTube page, and I was like, God, dag, if Jill Scott heard this, dag, if Mooney Long heard this, man, if Fabulous heard this. You never know, but what is Linda's son doing that's different? What is Beats by Lonze doing that's different? They are putting their work out there, resume. They are creating their own micro community within their YouTube page, and that's my son in the background. It happens. We live. They are creating their stuff, and they're moving further. And no matter what happens with business, they are creating business opportunities. Linda's son ain't got no time to hate on somebody else. Why? Because he's making his product. Beats by Lines ain't got no time to hate on anybody because he's posting another great beat tip on Bandcamp. Check it out. Beats by Wooga ain't got no time to waste, you haters, because he's releasing projects on his own and with Beats by Lines. Khalif
Yes,
Wednesday
sir.
got no problem. I'm working with producers who really want to say, you know what, I want to set up my social media so I can build my community. If that's the type of person, please go to my YouTube channel, click on my info section, and book your next consultation. Because I'm only here to work with producers that are saying, hey, I want to take my beats and I want to find my community and I want to pay my bills at the end of every month. Because producers, let's face it, Akai's probably most likely going to come out with another new MPC. Native Instruments
Yes,
might
sir.
come out with another new machine by November, right? And then what's going to happen? Dag, that drum machine costs $3,500. A dag, that new MPC costs like $2,000. But what happened with the 11 months that we had? If we not posting beat tapes, how can we get money to buy new gear? If producers aren't being like Linda's son, where they're posting their content and they're getting their money every which way he gets his money, then he has enough money to stash to get whatever drum machine he wants. Producers, wake up. Wake up. And Beats by Wooga with the facts of the day. Oh, I remember them. And when they eventually come back, I charge them double. You heard? Charge
That's
them
right.
double. You heard? That's the mindset. Listen. Let's get together as producers. Everybody, if you're not subscribed to Beats by Lines, if you're not subscribed to Khalif Wins NYC, I don't talk about production content as much. I did have the Making Better track show. I talk about other stuff, and I won't be talking more about social media because I'm trying to get to this bag. Because the
Yes,
problem
sir.
I had when I was a full-time producer, I was like, oh, this for the love. I love making beats. But rent in New York City, $1,700 a month on the minimum. I was like, nah, like, fam, let me just get with a net set of people and customers so that at the end of every month, I'm like, hey, here's my work. Here's my tracks. They buy from me. I know how much money I'm making a month for what I'm making a month. So, again, nobody's perfect. But when it comes to the toxic MPC community people, everybody watching this, remember and screenshot the haters. Screenshot the
Now,
haters.
I'll add this. What the point I was going to say earlier is that when you were talking about who you're talking to online, you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know who these people are offline. You could be dealing with somebody that's crazy in the head and may want to take it out on you, not just hurt themselves, but they may want to take it out on you and hurt you. So you be careful on the comments that you make to people because you don't know what people's backgrounds are. You don't know where they came from. You don't know what their skill set is, and you don't want to get a phone call in the middle of the night saying, "Hey, I have a particular set of skills that they're gonna want to use on you." So y'all be careful. Y'all be careful out there with them comments because some people may want to meet you and maybe punch you in the face in real time. So
Yo, real talk, and being he's from, I don't want to say your location. He's from the South. I'm from New York, and in New York, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. In New York, if you really want to network and be around a producer, whatever you say on the internet will come back to you, and you will get beat up. In New York, I don't know about any other state, but if you talk crazy about a producer or artist in New York and you go to a studio session, I guarantee you, somebody from that crew pull up in a studio session, you're gonna be hospitalized if you're lucky that night. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna be hospitalized. I'll be honest with you. Jamie says I have my real name for a reason. You better preach, Jamie Rice. You know what I'm saying?
he
Like,
said,
yo,
"Ask about me."
you know what I'm
He
saying?
said, "Ask
You never
about me."
know.
He got his real name out
I
there.
want to revisit this though. I said this earlier.
Mhm.
Everybody, if you are in the MPC community and you
Mhm.
see a person trolling so bad at another producer, because I was a mental health professional for 7 years, and I know of people who have canceled their life due to online bullying, call that MPC member out. Why? The person you encourage could be the life that you save on the internet. If you see an NPC troll or bully, and then if you try to respond, hey, don't do that, and then other these NPC trolls or bullies, just remember this. Say, listen, y'all, you never know what somebody's going through. This person might be so emotionally affected by what you're doing to their posts that they might hurt themselves. I'm not here for that. We have to start pruning the weeds in the groups that we're a part of. And here's the kicker. Some of these moderators and some of these NPC groups, they don't care. They just like the engagement, and they not going to do it. One great moderator we know that ain't having that is Masada. Masada's NPC family group. He ain't having none of that. I'm a moderator of a bunch of NPC groups. I only say one, the original NPC key group. I don't have none of that. And if you try to disrespect somebody in one of my groups, I'm going to screenshot it, put it up in the group, and go. Smoothwise says exactly. I'm a healthcare worker that use music to unwind. I have no time for negative foolery. That's a fact, Smooth Art. And let me repeat this to everybody in this chat. He says, Linda's son, yup, Philly too. We can't move. Yeah, that's a fact. I got family in Philly, bro. Philly is blast first, talk later. You know what I'm saying? Pennsylvania. I know the vibes. Philly plays no games. No games. Philly's so active, and this is a sad story, but I always find humor and stuff. I went to my godson's funeral in Philly. True story. There were people outside the funeral home that were making a little bit too much noise, and somebody was from out of town. Two young bulls told him, yo, can you please calm down out of respect for the family? The person didn't listen. That person was hospitalized. How you have an ambulance pull up to a funeral home? That person was hospitalized. It happened right in front of my face. Like, I was like, should have shut up. That's what I'm saying. Online bullying could lead to an MPC producer physically hurting themselves. If we see trolls, call out the trolling behavior and keep it moving. And if a moderator says, hey, you don't say that, then that's not the group for you. I'm just going to tell you straight up right now.
Kick rocks with no socks.
Kick rocks.
That's what you got to tell them.
And in my version, kick rocks with Timberlimbs because they ain't my friends. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what I'm saying. We have the opportunity as producers right now, and again, social media hat back on. We are in the greatest time to be a music producer right now. Forget what you heard. Why? A, one of our beats can go viral on TikTok and we can move further. B, we can promote ourselves way better now than we could in the 90s. Let's preach. Jamie Wright says, I'm a war vet from 2003 invasion. I do music for therapy. That's beautiful. And that's Lonze, your community is a magnificent community. Because at the end of the day, mental health is a huge part of this. And these MPC pads, to get the stress off coming out with a drum loop, to get the stress off coming out with a melody, to get the stress off, and it's really crazy something to say, that's fire. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you for your service, Jamie. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for your service too, Lonze, because Lonze is a veteran as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. One of our beats can change our life financially. Don't believe me? Look at the TikTok music charts. Don't believe me? Look at the YouTube music charts. Oh, Smooth Water. I'm an ex-military too. Yo, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
We got the veterans up in here. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, but thank you all for your service that are veterans up in here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your service. We are in the best time to be producers because let's use Linda's son and Beats by Lonze as an example. Beats by Lonze got his tracks, his resume on his YouTube and on Bandcamp. Artists can find him. Labels can find him. TV show people can find him. Linda's son has a gang of fire videos. Fire videos as well. Artists can find him. Labels can find him. And let's say if it's not even labels and artists, let's say a product commercial is like, hey, I want that for my background music for my product. Linda's son might have a Tide commercial using his beat, and this dude gets $30,000 for that one track. We are in the best time to be a producer. The best time. Don't let these naysayers say, oh, the music industry is corrupt. You don't need the music industry. You can have your own channel, your own network, your own people, your own everything. If you really want to set up how to do that, hit me up on my YouTube channel, my link in bio, set up a consult. But this is Beats by Lonze's. Don't go back. Go back to your beat tapes. Let me show you what resume looks like. This is Beats by Lonze on Bandcamp. Beats by Lonze takes his work and creates his resume, and he has beat tapes for sale. Please invest in them. You know what I'm saying? Invest. As producers, we got to invest in each other. Lonze is financially invested in me. I have invested in Lonze when it comes to social media strategy and stuff like that. When we start investing in each other, we all grow. That's a strong solutions-based community. Look at that. That's resume. That's resume. So producers watching this, how many beats you got in your hard drive? Post them for sale. Oh, nobody ain't going to buy them. How do you know? Look at Beats by Lonze's resume right there. That's what it's talking about. He just released something this week. Let's count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Your man has created 24 financial opportunities. That's why Lonze always got these drum machines. Lonze stayed with drum machines because he got the money for it, and he got the money for it because he put out his beats for sale. Put out his beats for sale. He don't need to be signed to a record label. He don't need to be signed to music. Linda's son, I can't wait to see your next beat tape. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Smooth Art. Same thing with Jamie. Same thing with everybody else. This is the time we got to make it happen. The internet right now, especially before that TikTok ban possibly might happen at the top of the year because they're still in negotiations with that, we are in the best time to post our beats. And again, pardon me for putting on my social media hat, and that's my son in the background. We live. But for real, hit me up for a conversation and my YouTube page link. because you can set up your fans, set up your pages, set up your social media pages. You can post your clips, you can do that, but get with me if you really want to set up yourself for success in terms of how to really build your community so you can start selling to people that mess with you and do that. And for the naysayers who are saying, "Oh my God, he's trying to sell something," no, I'm keeping it real. I'm selling regardless, and it ain't beats. I do beats for fun, but when it comes to business in New York City, it costs $5,000 a month on the bare minimum to pay bills.
Sheesh.
I'll break it down. Cheapest rent is $1,700 a month. Average studio apartment is $2,500 a month. Then you got food, transportation, electric, gas, cell phone, internet, and if you got kids, the fingers go on and on. Pause. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got 2 kids in New York, 5,000 is going to be a minimum a month. So in my mind, I'm thinking, let's do it mathematically. If there's $5,000 that you got to pay at the end of the month, you got it. And big shout out to Beats by Walker. Yep, I'm inspired. Beat tape load. And please put the beats out, Beats by Walker. You got fire. The thing is, if you have $5,000 in bills, you got to say to you, look at your hard drive. I have a conversation with my hard drive daily. I do it like this. Hey, hard drives, how many beats do we have in here? Because I want to make a sale. But how do you get a sale? Customers don't know you. People ain't going to mess with you. Look at Merv. Big up Merv. Damn, living in the South like a king around here compared to that up there. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Financially, New York City is like, bro, it's ridiculous. Like, if there was an OnlyFans for older Puerto Ricans with dad bods, I'd be all there. You feel what I'm saying? I'd be blowing backs out for like monthly fee if I wasn't. I'm not ashamed. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this. Look at your hard drives and say to yourself, oh, I got 100 beats there. Do not let the negative thoughts hit your mind and say, oh my God, that's whack. Oh, the snare has too much reverb. Listen, if you don't believe me, look at the Havoc interviews about the Shook Ones 2 track. He was about to throw that away. And that's the best New York street anthem in all time. The best New York street anthem. Oh, the snare is too this. Oh, it isn't mastered. Have you ever heard the MF Doom album? It was primarily done in the SP404 and it was grungy. Put out your beat tapes, put out your product, and really start taking social media seriously. All producers watching this. Again, I'm stressing this to you because at the end of the day, you're going to kick yourself if you didn't put yourself out there. You're going to kick yourself out if you have 300 beats in your hard drive and you didn't at least create beat tapes for sale on Bandcamp. At least post beat leases on airbit.com or beatstars.com. At least send out you're not sending out because we ain't giving no free beats over here. At least tell individuals, artists, contact 100 artists. Hey, here's the snippets to my tracks. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. If you want to invest, go. You never know unless you try. And again, if you need help setting up your social media business to really set up your communities, go to my page, Khalif Wins NYC on YouTube. Click on the link in bio and set up a consultation. Again, ASCAP, BMI, Bandcamp, DistroKid, Spotify, and Apple are great other monetization sources so you can get your bag. Now let's talk about this to producers. And I know we ain't talking about the toxic MPC producers right now. We talking about the producers that's trying to win with their beats. That's it. Forget them. Mm-hmm. They over with. If you toxic, that means you broke. I'm gonna say this. Anytime we see a toxic NPC troll, you broke. And if they try to bully somebody, they out of here. Jamie Wright says, yo, my daughter just graduated high school. She started taking her hair video series back in April this year. She went from 100 followers to 21,000. She put out an ebook too. She got motion. Again, that's the motion example. Big shout out to Jamie's daughter. Again, but how many producers like we are not taking this internet serious? It's the best time to be a producer. All right, let me give you an example. I'm 48. You know how you used to sell beats back in the days? Huh? This is before CDs. Huh? We would go get a pack of TDK tapes, right? A pack of 60-minute tapes, right? Buy packs of them. We will put our beats in those tapes, go to conferences, go to concerts, hand out cassettes. Now with the internet, you got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, even Snapchat, so on and so forth, mass social media sites. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Wright says brands be paying for a video. She didn't think anything would happen until she started seeing it. Listen to that line. She didn't think anything happened until she started seeing it. And producers, think about that. Linda's son, if you still up in here, remember the time you posted your first 10 YouTube videos? You were probably saying, oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do this. But you just kept on doing it because look what Jamie says. She didn't think anything would happen until she started seeing it. But in order for her to start seeing it, what did she do, Jamie? She was posting. And what? Taking it seriously. Producers, the time is now for us to take it seriously. Take it seriously. Are you really going to have your beat sitting on your hard drive and then you pass away and your kids can't eat? That's a negative. Are you really gonna play games and say, "Oh, nobody's gonna like it"? Let that imposter syndrome get in your head. Nope. If you don't believe that your dreams can happen, look at Beast Bonlanze. If you don't believe that your beats can create a big community, whether that's big to you or that's not big to you, pause. You know what I'm saying? From New York, look at Linda's son YouTube channel and see what can be achieved. Stop playing games with your skill this year. Stop playing games. Jamie Rice says, "I just told her to be consistent," and look at that. There's a great quality that military veterans have, servicemen and women have, that other people don't have. Y'all dudes have been trained in discipline and problem-solving strategies, and you have high levels of endurance. 3 strong qualities that 99% of civilians do not have. Transfer that skill set to your production. Beattober is 10 days away. Listen, Smooth Art, I'm going to say this. The bag is every day, so Beattober is every month. You feel me? The bag is every day. Listen, you know what Beattober is? Looking at my PayPal account and seeing that my customers are serving and got a bag. You know what Beattober is? Knowing that Akai MPC and Native Instruments probably going to come out with something by the end of this year, and I'm working hard to get that money to get both pieces of gear. Can I get an amen? You know what I'm saying? I gotta get an amen. Beattober is every month. You heard? I agree. October's around the corner. That's Beattober. Don't Smooth Art. Don't wait till October to get it cracking. Get it cracking right now. You know what we'll call September? Yeah, I'm never gonna be broke. Like you know what I'm saying? That's September. Never gonna stop making beats. Hey, I'm making it happen. Listen, if you listen, I'm sorry, Lonze, I'm talking crazy, but I told Lonze a while back, I stopped doing production content because guess what I kept on seeing with my production content? Complain. Critique. Last I checked, if you complain and you spend your time critiquing, you trying to be broke. I'm allergic to broke. If you're allergic to broke, say in the chat, I'm allergic to broke. If you're allergic to broke mindsets, say I'm allergic to broke in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? This year, like right now, we got, 3.5 months left in the year? September, October, November, December. So 3.5 months we got left this year. Stop waiting for January to crack it off. Get it cracking right now. Go in your hard drive right now and say, you know what? I'm going to take myself seriously. And zone out for 12 months. Just say, yo, a year. And no, you got me in my bag, right? In my social media bag. Listen, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to say this. If you really need a social media consultation that has specific strategies, not cheap motivational fluff or something you can find in Google, specific custom strategies, go to my YouTube page. It's posted right there. Click on the link on bio. Book your consultation. Because at the end of the day, I have worked with a lot of people with social media. All my clients, guess what the great thing about networking is? Yeah, they invest in a consultation. Cool. Yeah, I work with them. Guess what? I now have contacts with psychologists from clients I have. I have contacts in different states and different countries. So anytime I post something, they share my post. Why am I saying this to you? Producers, find a like-minded crew of producers and artists and say, you know what? If you have the work ethic, if we are the like-minded, we trying to get to the money, everybody work together to win. Listen, if you are part of that mindset, put in the chat, I'm working together to win. Work together to win. If you want that type of time, so any producer that's watching this right now, don't let the mistakes of your past stop you from putting your beats out. Your first 10 YouTube videos are going to be trash. Trust and believe mine. My first 30 was. Put out your content. Be your personality. Beast by Lonze can tell you right now. How many subscribers you had this time, Lonze? This time last year? How many?
For under 400.
And how many subscribers you got right now?
904.
Look at that. So
he has
over 500 new people watching his content because he was consistent from last year. Now ask yourself, producers, that you're watching this. How many excuses are coming to your head that is doubting yourself as I'm saying this? How many of those old thought processes are doubting yourself? Old thinking ain't going to open new doors, you heard? Working together is definitely key. That's what I'm saying. I got skills. I fell back from production a little bit. I do production for fun. I know my superpower is social media strategy. I know how to create a design for anything. I don't care if you sell soap. I know how to create a content strategy for soap and build a community. Right? Lonze, I ain't got to say it. You can say it.
You looking at it. Y'all looking at it right now in real time, what his brain brings to the table. Now, let's not get it twisted. Let's be honest right here. You have to actually do the work too. So I think that what brought us together is he saw that there was a pathway already sitting in front already. So all he had to do was motivate me to do something else that I was missing. Hey, I see that you did A, B, C, and D, but did you think about E, F, and G? Did you also think about the rest of the alphabet. So once that came to fruition, that he brought that to my attention, that hey, maybe you should do this, maybe you should look at that. Think about how you can do this way because you maybe didn't think about it. When he brought those things to the table, then my channel started to push and move further because what I thought I knew about social media, I wasn't doing all the things to hit it on all the wickets. Hit them on every freaking angle. So once we started hitting it on every angle, it started to pay off. And now, as you all can see, and this is also a testament to you all of coming to the lives, to comment on the videos. You're letting the algorithm know that the channel is there. You're letting people know that people are watching the channel. And this is not to blow smoke on my own tailbone. This is to tell y'all that it actually works. If you put in the work, you show consistency, you show that you are willing to do the work, it will come back to you tenfold. So yes, I am a leading example that what Khalif wins NYC. If y'all find him on social media, if y'all want to contact him after the stream, what he said is absolutely true. What he does is absolutely something that works, and that's why we work well together. That's why we kick it and we stream, we talk offline because he worked like I do and I work like he do. And his brain thinks one way, my brain thinks one way. We come together, and now we're like, oh snap! We just came up with 1,000 more freaking designs and ideas that we can do to get to the bag. So
And
this
listen,
year,
real quick, I'm putting my
get
link
to the
in the
bag.
chat so nobody ain't got to search. If you want to book
Bag.
that consult with me, the link is in the chat. I sent it right there. The link is in the chat. Continue, Lonzy. I'm sorry about that.
Gotcha. No. Get all I'm saying is get to work, bro. At the end of the day, get to work. It's gonna require you to do some work. It's gonna require you to have some times where you sleep and you don't feel like it. If that is your goal, to have a actual goal by the end of the year, you got to get to work and start putting it out of you. Don't worry about. Sometimes we get in our heads as um, artists. We get in our heads when we're thinking about how it looks, how it sounds. Somebody may like the way that it looks without you having to do heavy editing. Somebody may like the way that it sounds without you having to do mixing and mastering and going through all the hoopla that people talk themselves out of when they're doing music.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is put it out.
And
Put it
let
out.
me add to this. Let me add to this before we get to Jamie Rice. You don't need that 4 hours sleep. I'm an insomniac. I need medication to go to sleep. Sidebar, true story. I don't go to sleep like that. So I understand that. I'll say this. Time is going to pass anyway. Let's hold this thought. Time is going to pass anyway. For anybody watching this, producers right now, do not let the doubts in your mind, because we all got imposter syndrome levels, the doubts. Don't let that be the loudest voice in your head. Just have the effort mentality. After you get up this live stream today, really look in your laptop or your desktop or your MPC or whatever drum machine. Look at how many beats that you finish, or even the drafts. Export them out as WAV files, put them in your iTunes, and listen to your beats, like all the beats you have. If it's 300, 1,000, and then look at it. If it's 100 beats, guess what? That's 10 beat tapes, 10 tracks per tape. If you have 100 beats, you can post them also as 100 beat leases. $30 a beat lease, 30 times 100, that's money to buy a new drum machine. If you put it onto streaming, that's one streaming income. You put it on, and so on and so forth. Again, if you really want to build your community, hit the link that's in the chat. Book a consult with me, because I literally took a 2.5 month break off of posting content on YouTube because I'm going through a restructure. You know why that's great? Like, look what Lonze just said. Lonze says, start with what you have. And I'm going to say this to add to it. Start imperfect, because people going to look at how authentic you are by how imperfect you are. I'm going to give you an example. Right now, I need to shape up so bad. My face looks like I dipped it in just cigarette ashtray. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't care. I'm on live stream. Why? Because I want to encourage people away from the toxic mindset of the MPC community and use it to come together as MPC producers, or probably FL producers, whatever producers, to come together to get their individual bag and their collective bag. You think about this. Go when you get a chance. If you use Spotify or Tidal or Apple Music, go to the new hip hop albums that was released today. It's Friday, right? Future created an album today. Alchemist got his album. It's fire. I think it's called The Grand Gesture or something like that. That's fire. And look at all the R&B albums that came out. Look at all the producer albums. I mean, the albums. When you click on the credits, you're gonna see with some of these albums 4 producers on them. Now, some people might be like, oh my God, I ain't doing that. Bro, you know what those 4 producers did? I'm good at drums. I'm good at melodies. I'm good at mixing. I'm good at that. And those 4 people are getting money off of that one song. It's time to work with each other. Smooth Art says, Beattober is my Kickstart course, consistency and accountability. I still have a full-time gig, though. Listen, understandable. One thing I say in my consultations, especially being a parent of 2 young kids, I got a 17-month-old and I got a 9-year-old, right? I'm married. That's another time responsibility. Everybody has pockets of time. I always say this in my consultations. And in the beginning of my consultation, I do a whole time management segment, a whole segment, because you can't create a building if you don't have time to build. I've had clients, and I still am close friends with them. They're like big events planners, but they have multiple kids and they adopted 7 kids. And they work a full-time job and they coach basketball. But now she's closing out gigs in her events planning because she knows how to manage her time better. We all got 24 hours a day. We all got it. We all got 24 hours. But like Beats by Walker says, you can pull up that comment. Pull up that comment real quick, lines there. Beats by Walker puts it great. He says, you don't get paid if you don't put in the work in. But here's the thing. I'm going to add to that. And if you don't manage your time to put that work in. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody on watching this right now, we all piss away at least 10 minutes on social media, right? And as we get the final thoughts. Think about this. I'll give you this gem. Especially for those who are about to book consultation with me, links in chat. Ask yourself, how much time do I have to work with every week of the month? Because things change, especially if you're a parent. A. B, look through your hard drives and compile your drafts and all the beats that you completed, or even the 4-bar loops. Put them into a folder and listen to them. Start listening this week. And then start posting them for sale on Bandcamp. Start posting them for streaming. Get your money. If you're in the toxic MPC community, you know what I'm saying? And if it's too crazy and the moderator's looking crazy at you, get out of it. You can go to MPC Family. You can go to my group, MPC Key Group, not the other one, but MPC Key Group. Join my family, whatever have you, and network to win. But final thoughts, Lonze.
Do me a favor. Put your link in the chat that's in the stream right here, so I can post it on the screen.
All right, here we go.
And again, thank you all for everybody that's came here that's been consistent on the stream. I really appreciate it. Every time I see names that's consistent, that really warms my heart and makes me want to push to do more streams, more videos, more content.
I'll put it
and we are. This, just because we are close to getting to our goal, it's not stopping. Now it's actually going to turn up even more. So if you're tired of seeing my videos populate up on your freaking on your YouTube stream, you're gonna have to turn notifications off, because it's about to get crazy. So again, thank you all for joining. I appreciate you. Much love to you all. Again, don't let the naysayers, don't let the toxicity get to you. Keep creating, keep producing, keep grinding, keep putting in the work. Also have Grind 329 podcast by Lonze. We got season 2 coming up in a couple of weeks, so y'all stay tuned to that. And you can find the podcast on all of the podcast streaming platforms. You can find my podcast there. And also, again, like I said earlier, you can also find me on all social media at Beats by Lonze on all social media. So all you gotta do is put that in your freaking in your search browser, and you'll be able to find me. At least the first 7 pages of the internet, you will see me, Beats by Lonze, on the first 7 pages. All right, go ahead, Khalif.
I'm gonna say this: all producers who are still here watching this, I'm gonna say 5 things to you. Number 1, I'm gonna say that gift that God gave you to produce beats and have fun producing beats, you don't get a gift without getting a way to get money off the gift. That's one thing. 2, have an effort mentality for the next 12 months. Let your New Year's be today. And say, F it, I'm going to post my beats for sale. F it, I'm going to work hard on my production after work. Like I always say, and I just posted this morning, everybody got a 9 to 5 to build somebody else's business, but your 6 to 10 or 6 to 12 a.m. is your time to build your empire. Third thing I'll say, you can't lose if you're consistent. Look at Jamie's daughter. You can't lose if you're consistent. Fourth thing I'm going to say, don't let your beats and your ideas die in your hard drive. Fifth and last thing I'm going to tell you, everybody, you don't lose. Look at Nipsey Hussle interviews. You can't lose if you don't quit. You can
Let
pull
me
up my
add.
stuff. I'll put it in the chat real quick. You can
Put
pull
it
up
in the
my
chat. I didn't see it. I didn't see it
Yeah.
populate on the other chat. But last thing I'll say is one thing that we always tell our group of people that you could have a house. You have a house sitting in your hard drive. So think about that. Keep that in mind. You have a house sitting in your hard drive that
I just
nobody's
posted it.
ever heard. So let's see. I don't see why I don't see it. I'm not getting no comments from you on this side.
It's
Text
cool.
it
I
to
got it
me.
right here. No, I got it right now. I got it right now. So listen, for
But yeah, you got a
everybody,
house. You got a house on your hard drive. So get them off your hard drive and get you a new
yeah.
house.
I posted it twice, so hopefully you see it. It's at the last comment on the stream. You see it right there.
Yeah. Nope. The last one I got is Jamie Rice saying peace. But yeah, I'll put it in the link of the comments of the live whenever the live posts.
So for everybody watching this right now, please, 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 stop playing with your future. Stop playing with your gift because guess what? Your gift will make room for you. If you're producing, you're super discouraged, and you feel like these comments are getting to you emotionally, get the hell out of these NPC groups that are negative. You know what I'm saying? Or get around people that is about their life. And to mind you, all NPC groups are not toxic. All NPC users are not toxic because I'm an NPC user. But you got one life to live. Do you want to live it waiting for somebody else to discover you, or are you going to make it happen by starting your YouTube channel, start putting out your Bandcamp stuff, putting out your streaming stuff? Really take the next 12 months and just go super hard with your gift. I'm begging you. Life is so short. You can die tomorrow, and you're gonna be in heaven saying, "Yo, I wish I let those beats go, but I let my lack of confidence get the best of me." Book your next session with me. Right? Hit me up on my my YouTube page is at Khalif Wins NYC. You can just click that up if you still got that tab. Go to my link in bio. Book your next social media session with me if you want to know how to build your community starting from scratch. Lonze is about to hit 1,000 subscribers very soon. He's about to get monetized very soon. Everybody like, share, and subscribe to Beats by Lonze. But here's the thing. Put your notifications on because the boy got videos dropping. Big shout out to Jamie Rice. Big shout out to Beats by Walker. Big shout out to Smooth Art. Big shout out to Linda Sun. Big shout out to everybody that's in this chat. Big shout out to Merv. Big shout out to everybody that was in this chat. Big shout out to Lone Line. But listen, you're worth the investment as a producer. Put your stuff out. You'll never lose if you're consistent. Matter of fact, make a promise to yourself right now before you get the stream and put your hands up and say, I'm going to be consistent for the next 12 months towards building my production community because I deserve it. Repeat after me. I make a promise today that I'm going to post some beats for sale. I make a promise today that I'm going to post my stuff. I make a promise today for the next 12 months, starting today, I'm not going to slack on my beats. Everybody, please bless Beats by Lonze's Cash App at $Lonze Mivy. Hit me up in my Cash App at $Khalif Wins. You hear in the screen if you like what I'm talking about and things of that nature. And please go to at Khalif Wins NYC in my YouTube. Hit the link about there if you want to book your next consultation. I'm telling you right now, this is your time to win. Stop playing games with your gift. You can die tomorrow. Make it happen today. That's the last thing I say. And thank you, Lonze, for bringing me up on your channel.
Thank you for coming on the channel and giving us your elite wisdom. And we're glad that you're here to send that to the world. And we are out of here. Thank y'all for joining the show, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.